What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll shield them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. Links in the description below. Check them out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's take a look at some battle data. And I know you're going to get distracted by the transaction and active accounts on the left side of the screen, but I'll tell you this, it's not within the scope of this video. I don't know what this account activity is, but let's come back and revisit it in a little while. I don't know if this is, these are all like 7-ish days. No, maybe a little bit more than 7-ish days apart from each other. So we'll come back and check that out. What I really want to focus on is right here, this battle data. And actually what I want to do is remove the total amount of battles, because what we're focusing on is modern and wild and the trend that has been happening over the last 3 months. Now, I wish I could go back the last 6 months, because I think it would show this even more so. But because the scale is, I guess we can come back in a couple of days once we've removed this last bit before the wild pass was implemented. It's just, yeah, the scale is difficult to see. So once I remove these battles, what I want you to notice is, and hopefully, the color difference is not difficult to decipher, but like this, I guess it's dark purple and light purple. So the dark purple here on top is the wild battles, right? And then the light purple or blue is modern battles. Now you can see there was a huge disparity, right? So if we go like, what is this, to September 13th, 17,700 modern battles that day versus 28,350 wild battles. Right, so I don't know what the math is on that. That's actually probably close to like 50-ish% more battles in wild, and you can see that was the case back then. But slowly over time, these have been converging to literally like the closest that they've been. I mean, look at this day here, where we were just a couple of battles apart. I mean, 20,586 versus 20,989. Right, so like, it's gotten much closer over these past 3 months. More people are playing modern, while the same amount of battles are being played in wild. Like, this has not changed, which is kind of interesting to consider, right? The amount of battles in wild has seemed quite steady, but more people are jumping into modern. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, hopefully that means we have new players coming in that want to participate in modern. And so therefore it is becoming, it's becoming a little bit more filled out overall. But secondly, because there's probably more people playing in modern format, I talked about this in a video a long time ago, but this is kind of like the follow-up to that. It's becoming a situation where playing in wild, I know you have to pay the 2,000 DEC, but playing in wild, especially maybe at the higher levels, is something to consider when, or at least like you're considering it at par, like, or that they're of equal value, right? Now, obviously people in modern are still earning slightly more, at least at the higher levels, than people in wild, but it's getting a lot closer. There's more people starting to dip into the modern pool overall, whereas the wild pool has just been the same the entire time. So the reason I bring this up is because I'm very much at a crossroads here, right? We only have like less than a week of Rebellion, and the question I'm asking myself is, okay, am I going heavy into Rebellion, or am I going light into Rebellion, right? Maybe just getting some of the summoners and some of the key cards. Am I planning to go heavy into Conclave Arcana? Do I care about modern format? Is modern format a place that I really want to play in the future? Or does data like this make me much more comfortable relegating myself to wild, knowing that the amount of players in modern is exploding, right? Whatever superlative you want to use, right? It's increasing significantly to the point where they're almost at parity. So it's like, why not make the shift to wild, right? You don't have to have the best of the best cards, and you don't have to have them right now, meaning you kind of skip or avoid paying on the premium. On top of that, what that would potentially make me do, because I'm not trying to discourage anybody from playing. This is just my own personal journey, right? I have a lot of Chaos cards. I am always interested in getting some of the older cards, especially like some of those Untamed Summoners and Untamed Awesome cards. So in looking at this, it's just like, well, if I kind of foolproof my way or future-proof my account, then what I could be doing right now, right? This is the decision I have to make, is I have a good amount of SPS. Like I have, let's just say, close to the amount of SPS you need for Champion in Modern, but I don't have the deck to play in Champion. Whereas in Wild right now, I can make it to Champion 3, but I only have half the SPS because the SPS requirements are 2x. So now the question is, do I maybe, instead of going crazy on cards in Rebellion, do I just go heavy into SPS? Double the amount of SPS that I have so that the rewards that I'm earning in Wild are still pretty damn good, at least from an SPS perspective, right? Because Glint is already pretty good, but from an SPS perspective, I'm already there at parity. And knowing that I can make it into champion, and then being able to buy cards almost at a discount, right, when they're no longer as wanted or as needed. And I know that may not be the case for a lot of like top tier cards, especially, Rebellion is going to be an interesting case once that rotates over into Wild format or rotates out of Modern. But again, we're like maybe a couple of years away from that. But my point is that, you'll be able to grab a lot of these cards hopefully at a discount or bargain bin, right? You can wait until they are you can essentially just wait until these cards are either rotated out of Modern or we get into another bear market or whatever the case is, and therefore I would spend my capital right now on more SPS. Right? Which to me actually has the higher upside. Now, I don't get the benefit of playing with all the cool new fancy tactic summoners, which I've had a blast playing with the delegations that I've had. Shout out to Lorcus. So, that's what I'm weighing right now. How much of it do I go with like my enjoyment of the game versus being able to future-proof my account to enjoy it for the long run, right? And then I made that video talking about land where it's just like, well, maybe I just forego like, the game entirely. Well, don't forego, but like I'll still play, but I don't focus on building up my collection. I focus on land just because that to me is, it's a completely different direction. It's much more scarce. The team is hopefully going to be adding more to it in the long run, but it's like there's no rush to it. I just slowly and steadily build up my land plots, and we have some fun with, I guess it's an idle clicker until it becomes something more. But you know what I mean? Like these are the questions that I'm asking myself, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, sharing these different data points that I'm coming across with you guys while I'm thinking through my decision. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to show you how close Modern and Wild are now in terms of the amount of battles and how much this has changed over the last 3 months. So the main takeaways from this, as I was saying earlier, are twofold for me, right? The latter, which I went into detail on, is like, okay, well, what do I do? How do I take this data and decide if I want to be a Modern or a Wild player or figure out a way to split both? But that's number one. Number two is the fact that, if Wild battles are staying the same, but Modern battles are going up, that means we have more accounts playing, which is fantastic because we've also seen here, let's remove this. We've also seen a definite increase in spellbook purchases, and you can really see this over the past 3 months with the right side being much higher. So all in all, good things. I'm excited. This is obviously just good stuff for Splinterlands as we head into 2025 and hopefully what will be a fantastic bull run of a year. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.